Scream Death by Dynasty.
We're bringing it back. The Cheesesteak Lounge.
What's the door almost?
I think that is a door.
Is it?
You ever seen a door before, dude? Death by Dynasty. You're gonna love it. But what I want is cheesesteak American with onions. Yep, thank you. We're bringing it back by popular demand. We're back in the Cheesesteak Lounge. You know what it is. Oh Brothers cheesesteaks today.
Never heard of it till today.
With Death by Dynasty, of course, as always. Tyler, myself, Dan. Bobby may or may not. Bobby's our producer for the day, and he may or may not make some appearances. Guest producer because he didn't actually want to go on the podcast. He was going to be a special guest, but instead he's just a guest producer.
He's our most, he subscribes to our Discord, our most popular Patreon.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go for it. I'm disappointed.
Okay. Well,
And it all comes down to one factor.
what's that?
The bread's atrocious. The steak's good, cheese good. The bread is atrocious and brings
There's
it
definitely
down by
better
itself.
rolls. There's definitely better rolls
The
out
bread
there.
is way too soft. Way too soft, dude. You go right through it. You have a little bit of some pushback, you know.
Yeah, sometimes I like a little crunch on my roll, or just a little thickness overall. And this, but I really like the flavor of it, honestly. I do like the flavor of it.
Flavor.
And I like the onions, I like the flavor, good amount of salt. Big fan of that.
The cheese is interesting. I feel like the cheese is more liquidy than normal.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like that though.
It's
There's
not
like
bad,
cheese
it's not
all
bad.
around.
It's different. It's different.
I hear you on the bread for sure. I definitely hear you on the bread.
I give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
5.56.
I mean, listen.
I mean, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong.
It's not a great score, but there are a lot of good cheesesteaks out there in this world. And I get it. I'm going to give it... I'll give it like a 6.5. I'll give it a 6.5. Yeah, I kind of hear where you're coming from with this one. There's better cheesesteaks out there, but it's still really good.
Yeah, it's not bad. That's a great thing about Philly is there's endless cheesesteak options, which means there's endless Death by Dynasty cheesesteak options.
Yeah. We'll be back in the Cheesesteak Lounge. You know it. But for now, we do need to talk about a little bit of Dynasty while we're in the Cheesesteak Lounge. It's been very active in our league. It has been very active.
A lot of trades. The last time we were like, I think we're all good. We not make any more trades till the draft. Boy, was I wrong.
Wow, you were wrong, and you were the one leading the charge here.
I made, I want to say 11 trades in 3 weeks, and actually like 7 in 2 days.
That is absolutely absurd, especially for... Okay, so how many... The offseason... We got to trade right after the Super Bowl, right? So it's been less than a month, and you made 11 trades.
I think I have a problem. But it's only a problem if I don't win. That's the thing. If I win, that's just good investing.
What is your overall mindset? Are you willing to talk a little bit about this?
Absolutely. To be honest, I put my information out there, probably more than I should as far as my team goes, but I'll go for it. But my thought going into this is I'm always trying to win now. I said last time, I'm always trying to find the quickest way to be able to win today. And I found a way, like it started off, I want to say, with being able to get Dak Prescott, or Tyreek Hill it actually started with. Once I get Tyreek Hill, then I was like, okay, I'm in win.
That was your, yeah.
I had 11 first-round picks, I think, like 7 or 8 first-round picks in like 3 seconds. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to start spending these. All while one thing I wanted to do was keep 4. 4 is an important piece to me, and I still have 4. And I want to say I have 8, too. So I still have some pieces there.
Yeah,
but right
you have
now,
8 from I traded to you. It's Gentry's, but yeah.
my starting lineup I feel like is pretty complete as it is, and it's missing definitely a quarterback, and it's probably missing a elite tier running back. But in the draft is looking kind of nice.
All right, so your running backs are who?
Right now, my starting running backs are Pacheco and Gibson, who I traded for both of them. I have like the whole Kansas City backfield. I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Jerick McKinnon too.
Okay, someone's gonna do it. You can't start all 3 of them at the same time.
I traded for all of them, but I feel like Kansas City. That's like that. I didn't do that on purpose, but I feel like that's a team. I mean, I think Pacheco's the guy, but I feel like each year they have like a new guy step up. Yeah. And McKinnon, I highly doubt he's gonna be back there.
They don't emphasize the running game. That's not like their go-to. So like it's easy for them to potentially go to a new guy a year in and year out.
I don't know how I feel about Antonio Gibson though making that trade. That was a very like high risk. Just because my starting running backs were Jamal Williams and Jerick McKinnon, so I was like, I need someone who can maybe be a consistent starting running back. And Gibson, I think, can do that.
I think your team is like very, very well rounded. You don't have any major holes. I feel like you could go out like eventually and get another superstar. Not to push you to make another trade, but I mean, I'm telling you my thoughts. Those are my like in the middle of the season even or something like that. You know what I mean? Like see how it goes, I guess a little bit. But
my receivers are an interesting spot because I went from having like Christian Watson and that being my future to now like DeAndre Hopkins and Tyreek Hill, where I'm in a very win now mode with that. Especially. Yep. Have to do something.
I mean, listen, you traded me Christian Watson. I traded you the 1.0, the 108, and I think that's a great value and fair trade. It is possible that Christian Watson doesn't end up being anything that special.
I think he's right now 100% worth that first round value. But I will say I picked him in the second round last year. No, with Christian Watson, I feel like. But yeah, I said I drafted him in the second round. But yeah, I got him at like 250. Yeah. He was supposed to be a first round pick, but then he didn't do good during training camp, so he's dropping back.
Yeah, he didn't do good.
So I got him later, and then I was about to trade him for like a third round pick at one point before he blew up.
You almost traded him to me in the regular season last year. I forget what that trade was, but it was probably something that wasn't as valuable as the 108.
I'll tell you what never to do because I've done it and it hurts. Look back at old trade offers you received because at the time you're like, wow, that's ridiculous. And you're like, bro, I would have wiped the floor with that trade if I took that.
The ones that you didn't take, the offers that you didn't accept, those ones can sometimes be tough to look back on.
We talked about the trade etiquette last time, and I have to admit I probably had one of the worst trade situations happen to me recently. I actually have 2 great trade stories.
Oh God, you're gonna call some people out right now. No, I'm not calling them out.
They're me. It's my fault, kind of. So the one, I'm going back and forth for a star running back. I'm not gonna name names. Star running back. And the deal, I'm going back and forth. It started, I sent it going back. It was 2 days. And it gets to the point where the person, sends it back with something that was less than my original offer. And he's like, screw it. I actually don't care about that one player. He's like, here's this. I didn't realize that, and I declined it. And then he's like, I'm confused. Because then I tried to counter it with more. And it wasn't that I was trying to something him over or get more and be one of those guys like, oh, yesterday's prices and today's price or something like that. That's not what I was trying to do. I literally was just when I offered the trade, thought it was fair. And then when I received it, didn't think it was fair for me. So I guess I kind of saved myself, maybe. I don't know. It was a really dumb move. The second one, how I got Pacheco, this is a great story too. I hit up Nick and Joey, two other league mates.
Okay.
That's completely unrelated to fantasy.
Of course, it always comes back around to Dynasty, of course.
But it was something really dumb, and then 2 seconds later, I was like, "But the real reason I brought you here is for a 3-team trade." And then it was half joke, and we're going, and I'm like, "I want Pacheco," and Joey's like, "Pacheco's available." And then, I'm not kidding you, in 2 minutes, me and Joey got a trade done. And as I'm hitting accept, Nick goes, I would like to be involved in this deal as well. As I'm hitting accept. And we're like, too late. He was so mad. He's like, y'all really made a trade in the 2 minutes it took me to respond to that. It was boom, boom, done. It was didn't even negotiate. Or no, we did. I was like, let's do, I'll bring you through the trade process. What was it? I said, it was 2-4 and 1-5 for Pacheco and someone else, and then Joey countered. It was just 1-5 for Pacheco, straight up, I think. And I was like,
Why would he do that?
Cool. I was like, done. We got a deal. Or it was like 1-5 and then 2-4 in Pacheco.
Oh, it was 2-4. Wait, what was it?
I gave 1-5.
Your original was?
I gave 1-5.
Okay.
He gave me 2-1 and Pacheco.
Okay.
My original offer that I sent to him was 1-8.
Yeah, you getting the 2-1 back in that is like great.
When he said, oh no, that's what I did. My original offer was 1-8 and his like third, like the first pick in the third round. So he countered with the 5th overall pick. So he definitely has someone he wants there at 5. And then he countered with the 5th, and then it was 5th and 2-1. So once I saw 2-1, I'm like, it's a deal.
See, I feel like...
Because I don't need receivers either. Because I feel like that's a spot for receivers, and I have Hopkins and Tyreek.
I feel like the after 105, everything below that is like starts to drop off really quickly. There's like a tier, like 101 is a tier in its own.
I think 6.
And then
no, 7.
Maybe
6
6.
6 or 7. 8's definitely not a great spot for me. I don't like being 8.
There's some running backs down below that you could get, I think.
I don't even know. I feel like running backs I feel like it's Gibbs and
Gibbs, Bijan. People are saying some things about Tank Bigsby, that he could potentially be like a workhorse kind of guy in the NFL.
I feel like it's like tier 1, tier 2, and then like
below, then
like
you're
kind of
some of those guys could end up being good, but like you're not picking a guy that's
impact.
like supposed to be good right away for sure.
Impact, it's just a toss.
I'm gonna say I'm pretty low key on my trades the rest of the way until after the draft. I think I'm feeling good about my team where it is as far as where I can get it to at this point.
Our trade was I called you out on the one because you posted in there, and I didn't think you were being serious. I thought you were just trying to make fun of me for how often I was asking about trades. So I was like, all right, let's do it. I'm offering Tyreek on the table because you said you wanted a big receiver, and let it be known I offered Tyreek in a trade that I think was a fair offer. I knew it was like just such an extreme move that.
What was the offer? I forget, honestly.
I couldn't tell you. It was like Tyreek for like a 2 early firsts or something. I think this was 2 early firsts.
Yeah.
And then because then I like posted in there. Did that have any impact on you when I was like, nah, he's all talk?
I mean, I didn't know because honestly, I this is my honest thought process. I wanted people, the league, to know that I wasn't all talk because I wanted more offers. Right. I wanted people to be like, all right, I'm on board too. Let's see what you got. Like, I have a wide receiver on the table.
Me posting that in the group chat was a very like gamesmanship move. Yeah. Like try to move you in the direction of making. I didn't know what trade was gonna happen. I honestly thought you were more interested in Tyreek Hill than Christian Watson. So I mean,
I would love Tyreek Hill, but like I don't want to give up those picks.
Yeah, and that's fair. But yeah, that was when I said that. I was like, I wonder if that pushed you to make the deal anymore. I was like, I just want to get a deal.
Dude, the midnight thing. The midnight thing.
Exploding offers. I love exploding offers.
Oh my god. So yeah, so you said the deadline for midnight for the trade to expire, and what the fuck?
It was like
11 o'clock.
I was like, it's getting late.
I knew I was gonna run, and you know what I was doing that whole time? Just like researching, fucking looking at videos of Christian Watson.
You have to looking at like the values going back. Putting them in your lineup, imagining.
Yep.
But no, end of the day, I felt like that was a deal that was like great, and I feel like Christian Watson has a huge ceiling, and I think that again, I say don't never look back at like past trades that old goes.
Yeah.
I think you definitely got it.
I was looking to give up that 108 for a wide receiver. That's like what I was trying to do, and he has some promise. Like he has talent for sure. So
I will say what I started doing differently now that I like to make 11 trades. We were saying last time that no one wants to trade, and I traded with a few people who I didn't like. Joey, I can barely get him to negotiate.
I was gonna say Joey is always like, no, gotta wait till the draft, and you traded with him in 2 minutes.
I was bewildered by that, but. Nah, I feel like what I was really successful was, one, I knew draft picks. I was like, I want to start loading up on draft picks or giving them away. So I was like, I'm focusing on what teams don't have any draft picks, and I was looking at what teams have a lot. And when I looked at Joe's team, Joe 2, I saw that he needed a quarterback bad. So I was like, okay, I know he'll want Picket. I traded for him and traded him away in those 11 trades. So yeah, I knew he would need a quarterback through him. You just gotta look. It's like we said last time. Look at what the other player needs.
Yeah, true.
And that's what it was. And like, just going out there and saying how again, I went into it every single time. Like, this is how it helps you. A lot of times, like if they disagreed sometimes, but at least we could go from there, and it wasn't like a negative.
You're coming in like, okay, I legitimately want to make this trade, and this is why it works for you. Like,
I will say,
you're gonna work with them.
Of the 11, I think at least 4 had no communication. Just trade counter.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. I'm always communicating with people. I'm always trying to communicate with people when I send a trade. That's always what I do. But I have one last question for you. You said you want what picks did you hang on to?
1-4 is the one that I've had for a while, but I have 1-4, 1-8, and 2-1 now, are like my major ones.
Okay, and you said you wanted to hang on to 1-4. Yeah. So what are you seeing there?
I'll say my thought process, because it doesn't make a difference what happens. It's kind of like in tic-tac-toe, I just like go there, I'm gonna win either way. That's how I'm feeling right now at 1-4, because I don't need a receiver, and this draft in that range a lot of times has a receiver. I want Gibbs. I want Jahmyr Gibbs there. Think he's going to be a great running back. He'll instantly probably be my best running back.
Yeah.
But also, I have a feeling you're going to take him. I have a weird feeling you're going to take him.
A lot of things can still change.
Because I know Big John's going 1, and a lot can change. Yeah, you never know with like quarterbacks, but
like my mindset on who I'm drafting there can change.
To make it short and sweet, if I don't get Gibbs, I'm getting one of the top 2 quarterbacks, and I need and that's one of the positions I need. So I'm very content at that 1-4, and then 1-8 being able to grab best available. To be honest, at that point, I may even trade 1-8. I don't know, but 1-4 is the one that I say everything's available. 1-4 wasn't available unless I was getting it's multiple starts.
Like it was not a buy at general market price for 104. Yeah.
Overpaying to get 1-4 for sure.
Yeah. All right, so we did go on a little bit of a detour, and we went into the little corner store, John, and they had exotic snacks. Exotic snacks did not mean special brownies, as we potentially thought it could have meant in that specific store. It did mean snacks from other countries. So we got cookie dough Kit Kat right here.
But it's all like English though. So like, where's it from? Is it just like?
Yeah.
I think we got scammed.
I mean, this is.
No, but.
This is like French or something like that.
Oh,
but like that's like underneath. Like most of it is English.
Sure.
I don't know.
Can we look it up?
Some of it, I see about like some of those had like Chinese writing on them and stuff.
Yeah, there were definitely some that did. Like I don't think.
Okay, I had mine on my cheesesteak in the bag, so it's melted a little bit.
It's like there's literal cookie dough in it.
All right, I kind of like that. It's not like the Kit Kat texture.
Mm-mm.
It's like its own thing, but like it's good.
Yeah, it doesn't have that crunch.
I need like the crunch is always pretty
it's not bad.
Appealing, but
it's definitely not bad. If you're in the mood for cookie dough, phenomenal. If you want cookie dough, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, we paid $7 for it. That's the only problem.
Yeah, it's $7. You know how much? You want to know the profit margin this dude's making on that?
Probably $3 each, $4 each. Actually, well,
wait, never mind.
For him specifically, maybe more than that. I don't know.
Right now on Amazon,
$5.
They're $11.
Oh damn!
I thought it was 11 for 50.
So we got a deal.
It's European. They're $165 overseas.
And in America, we just have ingredients in our food that is just illegal in other countries that this doesn't have apparently. So
yes, makes sense. It's $179 but $9.30 to ship. So, I mean, $7. I feel like it's about right. Not bad. I wouldn't pay $7 for it again, but.
All right. Good shit.